We are back on the Morning Brew with friends. We got our special guest, Emma Rose, this morning. Good to see you, Emma.
Hi.
What do you think of our friend here, this awesome cardboard elephant? Oh, I just lost his trunk. Oh, no.
That's what happens when you make things out of recycling.
Right.
It's very interesting.
It's pretty cool, right? You've been to the zoo. What's your favorite animal at the zoo?
Probably the ocelot. I
See,
think
we were talking about that earlier. I wanted to get one on the show, but she tells me they're a little dangerous.
Yeah, they are carnivores, so.
Right. I don't know. I guess next time we'll have to maybe figure out how to get maybe an herbivore on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Safer.
Yeah, who's getting one of the giraffes in?
Maybe a sloth.
That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. We'll just put a sloth tree back here, have him climb all over the stuff. That'd be great. But you are going on a really fun trip in early July, right?
Yeah.
So where are you going and why are you going there?
Well, I am going to Washington, D.C., and I'm going there to represent New Mexico and ask the Congress to continue funding JDRF. JDRF is a foundation that is trying to find a cure for type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is when your body attacks itself and it attacks the specific organ in your body called the pancreas.
Just right about here?
Yeah,
right?
Around there. So the pancreas produces something called insulin. Insulin makes or manages the sugar in your bloodstream, but if it's not managed properly, bad things could happen to you. So I have something called the pump, which is here.
Oh, yeah, you have an insulin pump on you that you wear.
Yeah.
You have to wear that all day, every day, right?
Yeah, it gives me fake insulin pretty much that helps manage. If I don't get it, very bad things could happen to me. If it gets too severe, I might even go into a coma.
Wow. So when were you diagnosed with this?
I was diagnosed when I was 7. That is 3 years ago.
And
So-
did you, when you were diagnosed, were you just feeling bad? Were you feeling low, or what happened? How did you know?
Well,
How
I was really thirsty a lot of the time, and I just didn't feel that great.
That's one of the symptoms they say is if you keep drinking
Yeah.
water, that if you just can't
Yeah.
get enough water in your system, right?
That's when you're high. That's when you have too much sugar in your bloodstream.
That's your body's way of telling you drink more water to dilute that sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So how did you get involved with JDRF?
So I got involved with JDRF when I when I first got my diabetes. My dad was looking for a fund that he could help, or that he could fund, so I would have more of a chance of living a normal life, and the same for all the kids and grown-ups who have type 1 diabetes. So it's called JDRF, and I have participated ever since I got diabetes.
Cool.
So
Well, can you tell us a little bit more about what you're doing this summer as the Children's Congress delegate? And you're the only one from New Mexico, right?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. How did you become a Children's Congress delegate?
Well,
Is that a thing that you run for? Do they nominate you? And
you write an application to the person who's in charge, but...
very cool.
So Children's Congress is so it's held every 2 years. So, and there, like I said, I'm going to pretty much ask them, along with the other delegates from the other states, we're just going to ask them to continue funding JDRF and thank them for funding in the past.
Very cool. So you get to go speak to Congress on Capitol Hill in D.C.
Yes.
Have you ever been before?
No, and I'm really excited.
Oh, it's going to be very cool.
Definitely.
So do you know if it's going to be like that thing when they put you at the table and they have the C-SPAN cameras up? And
Maybe.
Maybe? That'd be very cool. So is there one delegate from each state?
It depends on the size of the state, really.
Okay.
Like California is going to have 3 delegates since it's so big.
Have you met any of the other ones?
No, but I can't wait.
Yeah, it should be fun. Do you get a chance to meet many other kids with type 1 diabetes?
Yes.
And are they people you can lean on, people you can talk to, people you can talk about what you're facing and how to get through the day?
Yeah.
And what do you learn from your friends?
So my type 1 diabetes friends, I hope they can just help me out with some of my diabetic problems in the past, and still now. I have trouble knowing what to do, and it just gets kind of confusing sometimes. So
I'm sure.
I like all the help I can have.
Because you have to know when, you have to recognize when you have high blood sugar or low blood sugar. You have to know what the pump is doing, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah, but I have something else that actually helps me with that. So it's called a continuous glucose monitor, or a CGM, or Dexcom. And so it's attached to my arm right here.
Oh, wow. So you're like a
it can be on
cyborg
your
here. You have all this cool stuff.
So it's here, and it can also be put on the stomach, but it's not very comfortable there. So it just pretty much it doesn't go really in your bloodstream, but somewhere around there.
And it monitors your blood sugar levels?
Yeah, it's not as good as poking my finger to get the sugar right out of my blood right away, but it's close, so it just helps me monitor it overnight, and yeah.
Are these things painful to wear, or do you get used to it?
You get used to it.
Yeah?
I have to change it every week, so I have a lot of needles sticking in me throughout the week.
Right. That's one of the challenges with JDRF, I'm sure. Do you think there's a cure on the horizon? Have you talked to people who say they're getting close?
Oh, yeah. So there's something called an islet transplant, which is when you take the beta cells from the pancreas from somebody else and they donate it. And then so they wrap some beta cells in a membrane. So a membrane is pretty much just protects the beta cell. And then they cut you open and put it inside. And it can last around 2 years.
Wow.
And you can live a normal life.
Wow.
So they're working on that.
So how much time have you spent learning about diabetes yourself?
I spend a lot of the time learning. Every day is kind of like a lesson for me because my parents try to teach me to take diabetes as my own, so I can take it, you know.
Mm-hmm. And is this a thing that you like learning about? Is it fun? And we were talking about science earlier with Catherine. Is this the kind of thing that you think it'll lead you into a career in science?
Maybe.
Yeah?
I want to be an inventor when I'm older, so...
Oh. Yeah, I'm sure that means you've got invention ideas now.
Yeah.
What
sorta.
What are you thinking of now?
I'm not really sure. I sometimes think of it, but then I kind of forget, and then, you know.
That's how it always is.
Yeah.
That's how it always is. Well, you were going on July 15th to D.C.
Yeah.
And so what can we do to help?
So to help, if you want to help, you can just go to the JDRF website or Children's Congress website, whichever, and just log on, and somewhere on the
There's
webpage...
the website there. There you are.
Oh. Well, so you go on there, and somewhere on that page, you're going to see something where you can sign up to be an advocate.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're signed up as an advocate, JDRF just tells you kind of what to do and how to help. And then also to help, you can let everyone know and make everyone aware of type 1 diabetes and how to help.
Very cool. Well, we're going to be back. Do you like cat videos?
Well, cats are very cute. They are my favorite animal, besides the ocelot.
Did you see the kitties backstage?
Yeah.
We're going to be back with some cats. You can stick around for that?
Yeah, probably.
Excellent. We'll be back in a couple of seconds on the Morning Brew with Friends, and we'll be talking about the Cat Video Festival. Thanks, Emma.
Thank you.